Grab your cup. What are the reasons why you would choose to be in a relationship? What are the main things that people look for when they're picking a relationship? I think over the course of my life and conversations I've had with girlfriends since high school, what are we looking for? We're looking for someone who makes us feel good, someone who cherishes us, someone who puts us first, someone who, as so many songs will say, someone who completes me, right? Someone who feels good to go through life with. So those are the things that we are thinking that we want a relationship for. At this point in my life, what I think makes a really great relationship, and if you know someone or you've been in a great relationship that really worked, what are the things that made it work? These are, in my opinion, the things that make it work. Number one, vulnerability. So vulnerability is the ability to share the things that you don't share with anybody else. So when you have that one person that listens to the things you're afraid of, listens to the things that have been a part of your life that you keep quiet, the things that you don't talk about out loud, but you have a space and a person who allows that and accepts that. That's vulnerability, and giving that back and forth to each other creates a bond that is not available in any other relationship, right? That bond is special. So you can have vulnerability in friendships too, but in a life partner, I think that that's really important. Also is somebody who shares their emotions, who is willing to express their emotions, even when they're sad, even when they're angry, even when there's conflict. That emotions are okay. It's part of who we are as humans. It's okay for you to express yours. It's okay for me to express mine. And when we do that and we both hold it as okay, then we can grow from that, which then also brings me to the next one, which I think is the ability to resolve conflicts together as a team. So I don't believe that a great relationship is no conflicts. I believe a great relationship is meeting the conflicts with the perspective that we can get through them. They're not going to break us. We can get through them, and we can get through them together so that it is a win-win for each of us. Because if I'm willing to express my emotions and my vulnerability, now when the conflict happens, we can be truthful and honest about what's there. Authenticity is another thing that I believe is important for a really great relationship. Do you have the ability and the space to be truthful, to say the truth, your particular truth? Because what's true for you may not be what's true for me, right? We all have what's true. It's pretty subjective. Can you say your truth to your partner? So those are the things that I think make a great relationship, and they lead to someone cherishing you. Because if someone can be vulnerable and authentic and share their emotions, then they will cherish their time with you. I think what happens is most people end up choosing a relationship for other reasons. Very often in the background, without anybody having an awareness of it, people are choosing relationships looking for the things to fulfill them that they didn't get when they were children. So if when they were kids, they decided somewhere along the line, I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable, they're looking for a partner to prove their lovability. And they're always looking for that. Or they're looking for a partner to save them, especially if you grew up in a household where it was unstable in some way. Maybe the finances were unstable and people were always working. So I now want somebody who's financially stable, would be sometimes in the very conscious thought, but definitely in the background. If growing up there was a sense of I don't matter, then we look for our partner to convince us that we matter. So very often what happens is we're looking for something in the partnership that we didn't get earlier when we were developing our sense of self. And honestly, a partner's role is not to do that. That's not what partners are here for. Partners are here to match with us when we already have a great sense of self. So if you look at the patterns of your life and you've been choosing people that either feel that same way that they make you feel the same way that you felt since you were little, or you keep looking for them to fulfill something in you, then I'm going to invite you to the relationship workshop this Thursday night. It's the July workshop. Anybody who registers will get the replay, whether you can be there live or not, but it's so much better if you can come live, because when you can distinguish out what's in the background of the choices you've been making and how has that not worked so far in your life, what could you do to shift it to create something that will work? That's going to be what we talk about, with some tools for you to take away to apply in your life. So, just ask yourself, what am I really choosing a relationship for? What have I chosen for in the past? Maybe you've decided, I don't need any more relationships, I'm good. And I also think that's an opportunity to look and say, am I just convincing myself of that because I haven't had success so far? I've actually had relationships that were really toxic or painful, so I'm going to decide I don't need one. Because our true human nature is to want to be in relationship with others and deep connection with other people. That's why we're here. So ask yourself those questions. If it resonates with you, I hope to see you in the workshop. Because if you're not getting vulnerability, authenticity, true self-expression, and emotional safety, you're missing out, I believe, on 98% of what a relationship could be and really should be in our lives. So, and then you're getting some other stuff out of it, I guess. But 98% are those things, and if you are not getting them, you're missing out. But you can shift that. So come to the workshop. I hope to see you there.